this evening. Inaugural hemp expo to start tomorrow. Guyana may soon vote on the legalization of homosexuality. Canadian mining firm eyes lithium in Region 7. President Granger discusses local government issues. In the region, in St. Lucia, police confirm another arrest in the Dr. Euvaldis Raymond blackmail case. And internationally, former U.S. President George H.W. Bush has been hospitalized yet again.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Ramsville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. April 20th, also referred to as 420, is World Cannabis Day. To celebrate this occasion, the Guyana Hemp Association has organized a two-day event at the Square of the Revolution. Today, the Guyana Hemp Association held a press conference to discuss the event and the herb. Hemp is an ancient plant with many modern applications, and the Guyana Hemp Association is at the forefront of the process of sensitizing communities about hemp. This sensitization campaign involves dispelling myths and educating the public of the thousands of uses for hemp. Unfortunately, many people still believe that marijuana and hemp are one and the same. Dr. Tarain Durga explains the major difference between the two. Hemp won't get you high.
Smoking, you can smoke a whole bag of hemp. It will give you a headache, but it won't get you the euphoria or the heights marijuana does.
There are over 50,000 different uses for hemp. Hemp can be used to create fuel, food, housing, clothing, and jobs. Additionally, it can grow anywhere in the world with little to no maintenance. Due to its versatility, large multinational corporations vilified and criminalized hemp in order to sell their own products.
When the company DuPont invented nylon rope, hemp was in the way. So what did they do? When they found out that it is related to marijuana, they criminalized hemp. And that is where DuPont make. But today with
the members of the Guyana Hemp Association believe that it is time that Guyana rejects the lies and move into an industry that can bring in some serious money, as well as meet many of the UN's goals for developing nations.
Hemp is one of the products that I know of that would contribute towards all the sustainable development goals that the United Nations have put together, and which are 17 goals, and then targets, 169 targets. From my analysis, hemp as one of the many herbs would be one of the fittest vehicles to use to achieve those.
Dr. Simpson De Silva insists that hemp will not only improve the economy, it will improve the nation's health.
Hemp is a master food. Hemp, the protein, the medicinal and nutritional values that you can have from hemp, there's no other plant that would match it except one of my favorite plants, which is the Moringa oleifera.
Kamana Burnham, the son of the late president of Guyana, Lyndon Forbes Sampson Burnham, stated that his father was one of the first advocates for the legalization of industrial hemp. During his tenure as president, Burnham signed legislation to reclassify the plant. In fact, he went as far as to order more thorough research on it before bowing to political pressure.
He did plant 3 pilot projects, one at Tamari, one at Monrepo, and one at Kimbia. And I was inquiring what happened to those projects and the results of those projects. And the most memorable answer that was given to me was that he suffered from what many leaders who were ahead of their time suffered from, which was the pressure. And he was, I imagine he was forced to abandon it.
Now is the time to undo the mistakes of the past, the mistake of criminalizing such a natural wonder. To learn more, come to the Guyana Hemp Expo 2017. The two-day event takes place at the Square of the Revolution. It starts Thursday, April 20th at 4 p.m. and runs to midnight, and on Friday, April 21st from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Laws which criminalize homosexuality could soon be struck down if Guyanese decide to vote against them through a referendum which the government intends to hold in the future. Andrew Weeks reports.
The government articulated its position in a letter to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights following the 161st Ordinary Period Session, which addressed the issue of human rights violation against young persons in Guyana. In the letter seen by news source, the government said that while there may be mixed views on the issues of decriminalizing homosexuality, much more has to be done regarding a collective and consensual approach and the implementation to fulfill such rights. The government explained to the Commission that the issue of repeal was brought to the attention of the legislative arm of government on several occasions, and it was deemed unfit for the legislature to decide on the matter. As such, a recommendation was made for the matter to be taken to a vote, where the people of Guyana will decide by a referendum on these matters. The government did not indicate when this was likely to happen. The government was also informed of the position of President David Granger, who has signaled his support for the reformation of the laws with respect to the lesbian, gays, bisexual, and transgender community. Granger government stated in its letter, quote, "With this executive support, efforts will be made to advance the cause and strengthen the implementation, enforcement, and the system of the protection of every Guyanese citizen, including the LGBT community." The executive added too that as it relates to conducting business transactions, it is expected that all existing statutes, especially the Criminal Offensive Act, subsection 352, 355, be revised. In relation to gender equality, the government said that this is an essential basic human right, and it remains committed to eliminating gender bias and gender-based violence in every form. Further, the executive weighed in on access to employment, noting that, quote, "No person should be discriminated against on the basis of gender identity and sexual orientation," end of quote, since everyone has a right to work, pension, and gratuity. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up on Headline News after the break, President Granger discusses local government issues and the opposition, and Canadian company to soon mine lithium.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town. Served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Let's get it on! Total U Plus is introducing the bridal collection. We sell bridal gowns with over 150 styles to choose from, including bridal gowns for Muslim brides. We also sell bride and bridesmaid gloves, tiaras, petals, flower girl baskets, bridal pins, just married signs for vehicles, guest books and pens, aisle runners, veils, table placement holders, garters. Yes, the complete collection. Come see our bridal display in store. Total U Plus Bridal Collection, Fraggity's Mall, booth number 16. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
While acknowledging the need for more development, President Granger said he is very pleased with the work of the new towns that were commissioned. But he is not satisfied with the level of resistance coming from the opposition, who are bent on frustrating the development of the local government under their control. Andrew Weeks reports.
President David Granger said he's very pleased with the work of the new towns, Mabaruma, Bartica, and Lithium. Mr. Granger was making those remarks at his most recent public interest show.
Which township do you consider needs more investment for the development?
Well, as you know, we created 3 new towns, Mabaruma, Bartica, and Lithium. I would say that all of them need development. Mabaruma is well laid out. Parts of it are well laid out, and we have severe problems in the roads and electricity. And there's no bank in Mabaruma, and Mabaruma is the capital town for a region which is bigger than Trinidad and Tobago, and 4 times the size of Trinidad and Tobago. Lithium, again, is a very wide straggling area, and it is the point of contact, a port of entry from Brazil. Madia is not yet a town, and again, it's a major gold mining area, and transportation is very difficult. Bartica is perhaps best laid out, and I would say they were best suited to trigger this thrust towards a green state.
The president said he would like to see much more development in those areas, as he's hoping to see Madia declare a town. Mr. Granger also stated that he likes the cooperation he sees between the mayors in the other towns.
I went to New Amsterdam Town Day last year, and I saw the mayors of Linden, Georgetown, and Bartica. It means the mayors have formed a sort of informal club to help one another with ideas and to cooperate. So I like what I see. I think the injection of democracy in the local government system by having local government elections last year was good, and I repeatedly warned mayors that they're up for re-election next year. The whole municipality will be up for re-election, so I asked them to engage the constituents, solve problems, and display a greater sense of transparency and responsibility to the constituents.
While President David Granger was not able to visit all of the municipalities in the country, the president said he is not pleased with the level of support from the opposition.
I must admit that the municipalities under a certain political party seem very reluctant, even to pay me the simple courtesies of attending when I visit these places. Some regional chairmen, they won't come out to see me, Yeah, it's strange. Particularly Region 2, the region chairman has never really come out, in the municipalities, you go there, the mayor wouldn't show up. The minister of communities would have a conference and the mayors wouldn't show up. There's a lot of resistance taking place in the municipalities, and this is damaging the quality of local government, because I explained that governance must be seen at 3 levels: the national level, That is the level of the ministers, and the regional level, and the municipal level. If the three don't work together, there'll be not only discontinuities, but in some cases resistance.
The president feels that the level of resistance from the opposition-controlled NDCs and municipalities is out of control. In measuring the performances of municipalities, Mr. Granger calls for greater appreciation on the part of the mayors, that they are not serving their political parties, but the people of Guyana. Mr. Granger said the mayors, RDC, and NDC chairman must overcome the intellectual hurdle because the spirit of resistance is damaging local government development. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Former Minister of Finance Franklin Eleazar Hope is dead at the age of 92. According to his relatives, on April 13th, Hope passed away peacefully at his home in Maryland in the United States. Hope was born and raised in Buxton. He later attended Teachers Training College, eventually achieving the position of deputy headmaster. He left teaching to become a student again, pursuing studies in economics in the UK and statistics in the US. On returning to Guyana, he joined the staff at the Bureau of Statistics and soon became its chief statistician. He was later appointed Secretary to the Treasury in 1970 and Minister of Finance and Trade in 1972. In 1983, he resigned from his ministerial position to take up a post with the Inter-American Development Bank in Washington, D.C. In 1991, Hope returned to Guyana as a representative of the World Bank to head the implementation of the Economic Recovery Plan, or ERP, during the President Desmond Hoyt administration. In retirement, his interest in economics and political events around the world never ceased. He is survived by his wife, children, daughters-in-law, sons-in-law, grandchildren, a great-grandson, and his brother. Gold, oil, diamonds, and now lithium? Several months ago, a Canadian company discovered the mineral lithium in Guyana's soil, and now they've applied for a permit to begin operations in Region 7, Cayuni-Mazaruni. Guest reporter Valen Holland has more.
Last October, the Canadian mining firm Guyana Strategic Metals GSM Incorporated discovered lithium in Guyana. The company discovered the economically viable amount of mineral in Region 7. According to Minister of Natural Resources, this is one of many mineral Guyana will focus on this year.
We are looking to do a survey to get a better sense of what exactly we have.
According to Trotman, to better assess the full mineral wealth of Guyana this year, several geophysical studies will be done throughout the nation. In an invited comment to Gina, Minister Trotman explained GSM's work thus far.
That company has started doing some drilling and has seen signs of lithium. I believe they're now in the process of looking for financiers to go further.
Since GSM's discovery of the metal, they have teamed up with Australian firm Green Power Energy to engage in aerial geophysical surveys and full-scale lithium production in the near future. Lithium is the lightest metal on the periodic table of elements. It is critical to many of today's technologies as they are a main component of the rechargeable batteries that power most of electronic consumer goods. This is Valen Holland reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Valen. Don't go away. Still ahead, we have our regional and international news.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
Now opened, the new thriving Chinese restaurant Providence location. Perfect for large events, exquisite menus featuring traditional Korean, Chinese and Western cuisine, elegant grand dining room and seats for over 500 persons. Also additional seating on the upper flat, luxurious VIP rooms and an elevator for your comfort. The new thriving Chinese restaurant second location above Massey Supermarket, Amazonian Mall, Providence. For reservation call 623-4097 or 657-9067.
In news from the region now, in St. Lucia, law enforcement officials have confirmed another arrest in the nude photos blackmail scandal involving Minister within the Ministry of Finance, Senator Dr. Ubaldus Raymond. Online news publication St. Lucia NewsOnline.com broke the story over the weekend that another young female had been arrested for blackmail in connection with the high-profile case. HTS News Force reports.
The police are confirming that one additional arrest has been made in the matter involving Senator the Honorable Ubaldus Raymond. 18-year-old Kershel Louis of Casaba, Groseille, was on Monday, April 17, 2017, charged with the offense of blackmail. She is presently in police custody and should be making an appearance in the court at the soonest. This is the latest in this matter, and we will furnish you with further details reference to the first court appearance of Ms. Louis. On Sunday, the 16th of April 2017, officers attached to the Marshall Police Station responded to a report of a stabbing at George Charles Boulevard, Marshall Castries. They proceeded to the scene, and the information is that 36-year-old Nadia John of George Charles Boulevard sustained one stab wound to the upper left chest area when she intervened in an altercation between some other persons. John, who was pregnant at the time of the attack, was taken to Victoria Hospital where she underwent treatment. She is in a stable condition. The police are pursuing leads reference to a person of interest in connection with this incident. Investigations are continuing. No arrests have been made.
And internationally, former U.S. President George H.W. Bush Sr. is suffering from pneumonia, according to a spokesperson. This after the 92-year-old was hospitalized in January for 2 weeks for the same condition. ABC News reports.
Health concern for former President George H.W. Bush. He is hospitalized in Houston this morning after suffering from pneumonia. Bush, who is 92, was last hospitalized with pneumonia for 2 weeks in January. Our chief White House correspondent, John Carl, has the latest on the president's condition. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Robin. The former president remains at Houston Methodist Hospital this morning. He was admitted on Friday with a persistent cough. At the hospital, doctors discovered he had a mild case of pneumonia. His spokesperson says that he remains in good spirits this morning. This is, as you remember, the second hospital scare this year for the former president. In January, he was admitted also with pneumonia and spent 2 weeks in the hospital, some of that time with his wife, former First Lady Barbara Bush. The Bushes missed the presidential inauguration, but they did make it to the Super Bowl, participating in the official coin toss. They're eventually getting out to the 50-yard line. And just last week, former President Bush appeared in quite good spirits. He received a visit from another former president, Bill Clinton.
You know, gave him those socks. Yes.
Yes.
Any word on when he possibly could be discharged?
No word. They say that he remains in the hospital for further observation, and while he's doing that, he's regaining his strength and getting some much-needed rest. But no word on when he's coming home.
Yes, we all hope for a full recovery. All right, John. Thanks.
Yes, sir. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and SafeTVGuyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.